Welcome to Oh Brother, a podcast where we try to figure it all out with your hosts, Brandon and Collin. On this week's show, wear comfortable clothes. Ahoy!
Ahoy!
How is your Wednesday?
It's too hot. That's how it is.
I know, right? Why was it 82 degrees today?
I don't know.
Oh, it was really like, what a beautiful fall summer day.
Yeah, just kidding. Ugh. Yeah, it was pretty gross. I didn't like it at all. Had to be out of recess duty today. Not a fan of how hot it was out there. So that was pretty terrible. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. So, yeah. So my Wednesday went hot and grumpy. Mostly just because it was hot outside.
Yeah, I don't know if we're on like second summer or third summer or just like psych no fall what we're doing right now, but it's not my favorite, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty not great. So yeah, I don't know, but still the rain. That's also fun.
Still, and like none in the forecast either.
We had like a teeny tiny bit the other morning. Like my sidewalk was slightly damp, but it felt like it was just like, yeah, okay, done. Like there was it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. The only thing that I see right now is it's like maybe in like another week for us, at least where we are. I'm like, that's bad. It's just bad, people.
Yeah.
Like,
not great. Pretty not good. So yeah. That was how was your Wednesday?
My Wednesday, this is actually, I wanted to bring this topic to you. And I feel like you sprung on me the idea of what makes a great mini golf course last week.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna throw out one for various reasons, nothing very important, but coffee shops. Like what? Because when you think coffee, like what do you think makes a good coffee shop?
This is a good point, right? Now, that reminds me of something else that I was going to ask you. Oh, so we'll bring that back here. So
you can ask me now if you want to
okay
on it. Yeah.
Does Vincent still exist?
You mean as in the octopus Vincent?
No, your alternate coffee shop persona.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So
that's
for a second, it's like you caught me off guard because unfortunately I do use that throughout a lot of my life.
Yes, that's what I want to know.
Oh, okay.
I want to know this.
No, this is true. No, this is good. Vincent only comes out whenever I think when I'm mostly traveling. I don't I try to get a little bit more incognito there.
Okay.
Because I
not to out you on international internet podcasts or anything, but like I don't
there are lots of other people who are named Vincent, so
that's true.
Who knows? Yeah, who knows who it is or isn't? But because I spend so much time in very local coffee shops, like a lot, I have started using my name a lot more frequently.
Okay.
But that is actually within the past like 5-year change for me. Even whenever we were in Texas, it was just Vincent all the time. So
yes. Well, one of my students, so Monday was Hat Day. For Red Ribbon Week. Gotta say that slowly so I don't talk like Elmer Fudd here.
Okay.
But she walked in and she had her hat, she like flipped her hair forward, right? So it just looked like surfer dude hair instead.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And then put her hat on. And her name starts with the letter V. And she was like, "Yo, I'm Vincent." And I just started laughing hysterically. Because and I was like, oh my gosh. So I did mean to ask you, does that still happens sometimes. Does that still occur?
When I'm traveling is whenever I will use that.
Okay.
For sure. That actually, I know we're getting a side tangent here. In our great list of
literally this show.
In our great list of things that just come into your brain and you cannot stop them.
Yes. Yes. The ongoing list.
The ongoing list. I have a new one. It happened to me. It happened to me, but 20 minutes ago. I was talking with Megan and she said, my goodness, we just have so much on our plates. I'm just a very busy person. And when I heard a very busy, my brain went, I'm a very busy woman and I haven't got all day to talk much. Just your voice.
I thought about that song the other day because I was talking about the Caspian Sea.
Yes.
And then she references that in that song for some reason, even though it's kind of a lake and it's not. Anyway, it's fine. But
yes, I'm a very busy woman and I haven't got all day. Anyway, it won't cost much. Just your voice. Anyway,
nice.
Yes, that was that. And I realized, I was like, oh, okay. So I'm very interested to see how frequently that one pops up because I had this podcast on the brain as we were transitioning, and then she said that, and my brain just went zook, and I went, oh, it's the thing.
It's the thing that we have that happens all the time. I had one earlier this week too, but I forgot to make a note of it, and now I'm gonna forever not remember until 2 days from now. So that's all right. All right. Anyway, good to know that the alternate coffee shop persona is still there. Listeners, let us know if you have an alternate coffee shop persona. I want to know if you also use fake names at the coffee shop.
And also to just put a quick comment in here. My statement about the octopus is I do have a preserved octopus that I got while sailing in the Gulf of Mexico, and he is in my office, and his name
is also Vincent.
So
yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that when I posed my question initially.
No,
I did forget that there is a preserved octopus, but that is true. I figured he still existed because he's preserved.
He's kind of around mostly forever.
Yes, but I meant the coffee shop persona.
Good. Right? No, that makes sense. Yeah.
All right. So anyway, coffee shops. Now, I don't know. I don't frequent them as much as you do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because I am a very basic coffee boy. Right. It's not that I don't like other different, I don't generally want them, right? I don't crave them. When I show up and I will get weird things sometimes, but I am a black coffee man through and through. When I go to coffee shops, right, I've learned that their actual coffee is not good. And so what you need to do is get the old Americano, right? Or the long black, right? Depending on what part of the world you're in. You need that. I need that because the coffee at coffee shops oftentimes not good, right? Because they do espresso based drinks, yeah. And so you need to be like, oh, I need the long black is what I need, or the Americano in America, right? Anyway, so I would say color palette is kind of important here. You don't really want bright. I don't think when I think about coffee shop, I don't think about vibrant. You know what I mean? A more earth tone type situation is what I think about for that situation. So I think color palette wise, pretty earth tony, kind of chill, right? Is what I think about first. Okay. Okay, it's your turn now. We'll pass this back like last time. We'll just kind of bounce it.
Yeah. So I have had to think about this because I recognize that people use coffee shops for very different reasons. And where some people go to coffee shops to sit and have coffee and converse, while other people go sit there and work. and
host job interviews,
or host job interviews.
Hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically. There's a coffee shop in town where every time I walk through, they go, hiring today? And I go, shut up. Anyway, I'll take my usual. Here's my card. No, but one thing changes a coffee shop for me personally. I should not have to ask what the Wi-Fi password is. It should be labeled in about 1,000 different places. On not just like, sometimes they'll put it on the receipt in like the very, very bottom. Other times they'll just be one placard by the register, which is awkward to stand up and go look at if you're not in line because you sat down and you didn't look at it while you were there. So why Wi-Fi passwords everywhere, people.
So easily accessible Wi-Fi passwords. That's fair. That's fair. That's
you
fair.
Need them.
That's true. Let's see. What else? I don't like some of them are like overly loud. Right? And it's like sometimes it's like the music or like whatever they're doing, it's like too much. Like you need a little bit, right? Because you don't want to be like dead quiet in there. So that's a little bit weird, right? There's like chatter and people are like doing lots of other stuff. And so like I don't like it when they're like overly, like when they have like a lot of like music or something, or it's like overly loud music. Yeah. Somebody like didn't turn it down far enough.
Yes. Well, yeah, where the loudness in public spaces is, I think, an increasingly like common problem where you sit down and go, there's no reason for the background noise to be this elevated at this point. Like this is not needed.
There's like three people in here. Why is it so?
And coffee shops are especially bad about this, where they think, oh, we want people to be comfortable here. We don't want silence. And it's like, no,
yeah, but like so I don't know, maybe this is just me. Like whenever it is too loud, like it starts giving off like bar vibes, and it's weird, right? Like,
yeah,
it's strange.
Yeah,
like, yeah. So I don't like it when it's like overly loud in there. I don't like that.
I agree. I like coffee shops with I don't know if it's safe, like flexible seating options or just multiple seating options. Like it's not
just tables. Yeah.
Not just tables. I think this is really important because then you can use this. The space can be used by however you need it. I want to sit in some not reclining chairs, but some chairs or around a little fireplace or a sofa or have a table to sit down and do work or a standing place. Like I really appreciate coffee shops who have various places that you can sit in different ways to use that same space.
That's true. I believe the first time I encountered this ever in my life was a like mud house situation, right? I feel like that is in Springfield. This is like one of the like original like coffee spots, right? That was a thing that occurred that I remember happening. And so like I think that's where I encountered this for the first time. That's just thing come to my mind right now. But like I feel like that is important, right? Having like not just a table, is nice. Because like you said, because some people like go and like do like they can read in there, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever, but like
in public, weird.
I know. So yeah, that's a good one. Let's see. I mean, I think it is important to accompany said coffee. You do have to have an appropriate like food selection in a good coffee shop, right? Specifically, but not limited to pastries, right? That is a thing that needs to be there. You know what I mean? Because like if you are gonna just be like sitting there having a coffee, do you need a croissant? Yes, probably. Do you need like something else? Like, like so that I think that's important. Like having because some coffee shops, again, this is like because of where I am, right? We're in sort of like rural land. So sometimes the quote coffee shop, they have like a muffin.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's fine, you know, but they have like a muffin and a cookie, which, I understand maybe you don't have a lot of customers, right? You don't want to like overdo it and go crazy, but like, okay, I need more than like a muffin, right? Like two different muffin choices is not it. All right, can't. That's not the vibe. So you do need a relatively not like a giant like I'm not talking like full bakery, right? I don't expect that, but I do expect um or prefer like some sort of like bakery options that's more than a muffin, right?
Yeah. And I will add I'll just
Sometimes
piggyback on.
sandwiches, that's good
Yes,
too. Like,
sweet and savory options.
yeah,
Few things make me more frustrated whenever I come into a coffee shop and they just have like cinnamon rolls.
yeah,
Right. You're
yeah,
like, oh, no, I was okay. Like, oh, not even like a
yeah.
breakfast
We
sandwich or
we used to have a
something.
place here that was like it was really good for lunch, right?
Mm.
It was very good. It was very good for lunch, like because they had a lot of really good. They did like sandwich. They had like the pastry thing, and they had like several really good like solid sandwiches in there, like a little menu, right? It wasn't like a huge. It was like a little cafe menu, right? A little cafe menu thing going on. They had some really good solid sandwiches in there, and that's good too because sometimes it is like you need to go for lunch, right? So you want your coffee and something else. Like it's not just a morning thing. So you want some more stuff. So I think that's good. Like they're like the food options are important, right?
Yes.
And I agree. Yeah, definitely sweet, but also you do need the savory because I am more of a savory person,
Mm-hmm.
right? I do like savory things on the whole better. Um, so I don't like really overly sweet things. I like mildly sweet is good, right? But like not overly sweet. So I do love a sandwich. So that's
Yeah. Yeah. There's a coffee shop in our town where they do a salmon bagel sandwich.
mm,
Let me tell you, this thing
nice,
is amazing.
nice.
I love this so much. It's got cucumbers, does have cream cheese, and the salmon isn't like steamed salmon. It's the like a sashimi salmon sashimi
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sashimi salmon almost where it's so good. And I'm like this needs to be everywhere. Why is this not everywhere right now?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, good. Okay. I just have one more. I mean, I think I could
Okay.
come up with a few more. But my one that I like is when the coffee shop has like local partners for various things in the coffee shop where it's
Oh
like
yeah.
but so like and I think this can be overarching from a few things that we've already talked about, but like oh, the food, these cake pops are made by this local person over here. And on the walls are some art by a local artist who does this stuff and it's for sale. Like, I do like, I think at the end of the day, I like the how coffee shops, like, I think at their core are supposed to be a communal spot. And I think that that's really what makes I like most about them. It brings together a lot of people for whatever reason they want to use it for.
Oh yeah. No, that's a good point. That's nice. Yeah, because like yeah, there was one in the town that I work in for a while. It's closed now, but they did that, right? They had a lot of like stuff on the wall that was from local people. They hosted a lot of like local events. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It was really like yeah, they're very community. They can be, not always. They can be very like community centric places where
Uh-huh.
like lots of different people come for various different reasons. So yeah, that is a good one. That's okay. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. Is there anything else that I need on there on this list? Obviously, you need a chalkboard somewhere. Just aesthetically, you do need a chalkboard with writing on it. That's important.
Okay.
I don't know how official that makes a coffee shop, but like, it feels correct. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And obviously, like, you need good coffee. I mean, that would be my number.
I mean, that's kind of baked into this.
It's true, but like,
the coffee has to be. No, I wouldn't even say like serviceable because, but I think having a breadth of coffee options. I know most coffee shops these days basically serve like coffee flavored milk and sugar, so it hasn't. But with that, having non-coffee options are really important. I am married to a non-coffee person.
You gotta have a good smoothie option.
Yes.
Right. Susan does love, because Susan is not like a caffeine addict like me. And so she does like a good smoothie. Right. Yes. And so I think that is important.
Yeah.
Right. When we go to the bakery a lot, she likes the smoothies that they make there. So we have
cool.
Yeah. So yeah, that's true. There does need to be other drink options, especially if you are going to like meet people, right? It is nice to have that. Or if you do, like, sometimes maybe you need less coffee in your life, because you can still go there like in the afternoon, and not everybody is like me and is drinking coffee until 6:30 tonight. Just hypothetically, right. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I just to talk to that guy.
Allegedly. That could have happened. I don't know. But that does remind me that there was a new one that opened up downtown here somewhere, and we need to go to do that at some point. I have to see if it's actually open, and we need to go check it out, because allegedly so this is like these people are like a reverse reverse card in the current climate. They've had a like coffee food truck thing for like a very long time, and then I guess they opened a cafe downtown somewhere.
Oh, cool.
So I think they still have the truck for like mobile stuff, but like I think I heard it was open. I knew it was going to open. I don't know if it actually is yet or not. So that would be something I need to go investigate at some point. So I need
Yeah. and it is interesting. I look at our little town. I say little town again. It's 21,000 people, so it's not like super tiny. But I am constantly shocked that it has like 7 coffee shops in it.
Yeah.
But it's also because people go places on coffee based off of like where it's convenient that day.
I mean, yeah, true.
Right. Like it's this is I'm going east today, so I need to go to this one, and if I'm going south, I'm going to go to this one, and I think it's also very situational. But coffee shops in general tend to have, as far as like supplies wise, again, I know there's costs and everything, but their costs tend to be much lower per item as opposed to like a more full restaurant and stuff, right? True, like so they don't need to sustain themselves. They don't need to be selling like $40 per patron coming through in order to make their sales for that day. But it is shocking to me. I'm like, there are seven in our town. Okay.
It's a lot.
It's a lot,
but it's
yeah.
It happens. But again, there a lot of them aren't very big either. So it's kind of, there's room for them, I suppose. It's better than having like 7. It makes more sense than having like 7 pizza places.
Oh, right.
Right? Because that's a thing that happens in the Midwest, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, right? There's like little tiny town, 10,000 people, 7 pizza restaurants. Like that seems like a lot. I don't know. Seems like a lot of the same thing. But like, I don't know, just because I don't know, coffee is so sporadic and it is a lower volume thing, and I don't know. It just feels like it feels like is more sustainable and supportable to do that rather than 7 of the same like restaurant. I don't know if that is true. I don't know if that makes sense. Like this, it makes sense to me in my brain.
It does,
but like I don't.
No, it does make sense.
But we also have 7 pizza restaurants. I don't know how they're all still open. Ridiculous.
So maybe this theory is bunk. Actually, as we've found.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they're in business, and I don't know how people count Casey's as a pizza place. These people need help. I don't know.
This
is a thing that confuses me.
This is such a thing, and I do not understand this mindset. I have been grabbing, like a Gatorade or some gum, and I'm sitting there, and people stream in to get their Casey's orders that they've got.
Like call it in. It's
they
like
call it in.
Yeah.
They call it, and I'm like, I'm staring at people. I'm like, when did this become a thing? Because this is a culture that I am not involved in, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying
no, but in Missouri, at least, this is like a firmly established fact that people love Casey's pizza.
Yes,
I don't get it either. Like I don't understand.
I know, and they get and then Casey's makes pizza at all hours of the day. You can walk in at 5 a.m. and they're making breakfast pizzas. And at noon, they're making lunch, and they continue to make them all throughout the night. It's like,
yeah, it's very strange. And I have people that tell me like that's their actual favorite pizza. Like what? What now? A disproportionate number of people that I converse with on a daily basis are in fact 12. So we need to factor that into this situation.
Okay, fair point.
But there are also a non-zero number of adults that have said to me that Casey's is their favorite pizza. And I'm flabbergasted. Absolutely flabbergasted.
And nothing inherently wrong with this. It's just
no. This is not a shot at Casey's. All right, Casey's. I'm not taking shots at you,
and it's not a shot at the people who like the pizza, or maybe it is. I don't know. All I'm saying,
it's just really confusing because I've had much better pizza in my life.
Yes,
right. Like I could see how I don't know. I don't eat it. I haven't eaten any Casey's pizza I'm pretty sure I've had some at some point in my life. But I can't remember when that point was. And it probably was a very long time ago. So I don't have current up-to-date information about this. Right. But is it better than some other chain pizza places? I mean, maybe, probably, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. It boggles my mind.
I don't know. We can do the pizza ranking list later if you want, but I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. Some of it is probably better.
Yeah.
And especially if you do cost analysis here, right? I imagine that probably makes it taste a little better, right?
Sure.
I can't imagine that I'm going to go on the Casey's website right now and we're just going to investigate this just briefly. I don't want to actually order it. I just want to, this is the problem with online things right now. You have to actually start ordering things. No, I just want you to tell me how much it costs, big guy. That's all I really need in my life.
Isn't it annoying?
We
get people. I have so many hoops for people to jump through to become a client of ours. They do. It's frustrating when they go through all 5 hoops, and then they go, "Hey, thanks. How much does it cost?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's not a good. I'm sorry. That is way back at the beginning, where you missed it.
Yeah. So, whoops. Okay, just tell me. Okay, so it does seem a bit high, but again, these are 2024 prices, so I have to do some cost analysis here. But a large, look, okay, if we go large pepperoni pizza, it's $14.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
So that is probably cheaper than like Domino's. For some reason, Domino's pizza is like insanely expensive. I don't know who Domino's thinks they are, but their restaurant is currently also like kind of like McDonald's. Like everything McDonald's just costs like a ton of money for some reason right now, and you're like, we've talked about this before. Like McDonald's, you are, you've lost your identity. You are not a gourmet burger restaurant. Stop.
Right.
Say, this is the same thing with Domino, right? Domino's. I don't know what you're doing.
And honestly, I actually just I don't like their new pizzas.
I don't either. I don't like Domino's at all.
Not my favorite. Really not my favorite.
Not great. I don't like them either, but this does say that currently in McDonald's or in Domino's, see Freudian slip there. We have all pizza one topping $7.99. I'm not going to actually go in and start an order at Domino's also, but that, there could be some sneaky hidden costs there.
Oh, see, so I actually did just add a large hand tossed pepperoni pizza to my Domino's cart. It is $15.24.
Ah, see, what the heck? What is this?
Now
Lies,
I did
first of all.
So I don't know.
That's weird. See, that's too much for a pizza, right? Like, it's just a pizza, guys. Like, I don't know what you're doing. Like, no, it's not.
Yeah,
it's like the cheapest food to make ever. Like, it doesn't cost anything.
No,
as a person that used to work at a pizza restaurant, is not a thing. Like, it's not. Again, I understand things have happened here, but like, it's not that big a deal. Like, come on, what are you doing?
Yeah, they're pretty. Yeah, look, this create your own through Pizza Hut. Man, I'm going.
That's what I was going right now. I was doing.
I'm on crispy cupped. Oh, this is so weird. Why do they call theirs crispy cupped pepperoni? That must be.
It's like a marketing thing.
That is a marketing. I guarantee you they have that patented. That name is patented of the crispy cupped pepperoni.
Yeah.
It is $16.58.
That's
for
weird.
A large hand tossed.
Yeah.
And now I'm not using any specials. I tried to use a special and they didn't have that. They weren't available.
They have a coupon or something, right? Like, yeah, that's still too much.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. Yeah, man, $16.58. That is not seems high for pizza, man. Like, I don't know.
It does seem high, but again, I don't know. Because we don't order pizza.
I don't either. We don't either. Ever since I started making it at home, we haven't actually ordered pizza in a long time. Right?
Yeah.
So that's, yeah, we haven't ordered it in forever. So I don't actually know.
Okay.
Turns out, go ahead.
I was going to say an old world Fanceroni pepperoni pizza from Little Caesars is $10.99.
That's what I was looking at. The classic pepperoni is $7.49. So cost value, Pizza takes it here.
Yeah.
By miles.
By literal miles.
By literal miles.
If miles were measured in dollars or amount of pepperoni on pizza.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Now, here is a question for you, right? As a former employee of CC's Pizza, right? 20 plus years ago, in my high school days.
Yeah. It wasn't yesterday, people.
Yeah. When I say former, I mean extremely former. Long time ago. Right? Literally over 20 years ago now, right? Let's be honest with ourselves here. Let's think about this. CC's used to, don't know if still do it, right? We did a thing where every different sizes of pizza got different numbers of slices. Right? And I think that this is the only way to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You like whenever like a normal pizza, you do the 8. The large pizza, we would do 10. And then I think the big one was either 12 or more. Right? We had like a giant pizza. That's what it was called. It was just like the extra large. It wasn't actually giant, but you know what I mean? Like the bigger the pizza, the more slices of pizza there were. Right?
Yes.
I don't like it because sometimes you get like a large pizza and they still just cut it into 8 pieces. And you're like, what is this? Like, it's like a really big pizza. It's very big, right? But they just do the 8 cuts. And you're like, guys, what are you doing? Like, what's happening here?
It's not like the New York slices, right? That are the size. Like, I don't like those when they keep them huge and massive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, on that type, that's like a vibe and a style pizza or whatever. Yeah, but yeah, whenever you have like there's no reason for just like a normal pizza to have like just like a huge thing. Like it feels wrong to me to do that. Like it feels like there should be more slices. The bigger the pizza, the more slices of pizza you should have. I know that it's ostensibly the same, right? And it doesn't necessarily matter because you are still getting a whole pizza. You know what I mean? Like you're not.
I agree. It is a petition that I would sign. That's all I'm saying.
Like you're not getting less pizza when they do that. You're getting less pizza per slice. But when you're ordering, if you order like the way I think about this is if you're ordering pizzas multiple plural for like an event, not an event, but like that's a little too grand of a word for what a gathering, right? Yeah. So you order like 4 or 5 pizzas, right? You don't want to have these things. You don't want to have everybody like having like just giant slices of pizza if they want to eat more than one thing type, right? It seems weird to me. That's all I'm saying. Like I feel like the slices shouldn't be as big because like I think there's probably a mathematical way to describe what this is happening here, but like as the circumference of your pizza increases, right? If you're like the volume of pizza per slice needs to stay like relatively similar as the circumference of the pizza increases, right? I don't think that a bigger pizza means a bigger volume per slice because I think that it should the volume per slice should be proportional to the circumference of the pizza, right? So if it's a bigger pizza, you need 10 slices instead of 8. Right. This is what I think. This is my personal opinion about pizza cutting. Right. You could say, I know our listeners that are older are going to be like, well, kids today can't cut pizza into 10 slices. Like, I mean, I did it when I was 17, so I'm pretty sure this is not a thing. Like you just have to cut it differently. It's okay.
And we can make. We have I'm pretty sure we do have the technology to continue to do this.
Yeah, right. The secret is as you cut the pizza, you turn it slightly to the side. You rotate it on the thing. Yeah, I know. It's rough, right? You rotate it about a central point, and because it's a circle.
See, you keep saying these things.
It can handle this.
Makes sense. Oh. that. That's a problem. No Child Left Behind. No good.
There you go.
Can't cut
They
pizzas
didn't
anymore.
think about cutting pizzas.
There we go.
Rats.
We've solved it. We've solved it, people.
I saw this thing the other day. It's like a YouTube short or something, and it was like the history of people don't want to work anymore. And it was like, it was a series of articles that contained the phrase "people don't want to work anymore," but like every time, like every article was like progressively older.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Right. And so like,
yes,
one of them was like 1922, and it was just basically the exact same. Just can't. It's so crazy that these kids just don't want to work.
Don't want to work.
Am
I right?
Yeah, I think the oldest one was like 1890 or something. It was hilarious.
Oh gosh, it's brilliant.
It was great. So again, side tangent. There's that. That was a good.
It is frustrating to see the same things that get tossed around there, and to know that, nobody thinks that the next generation is as good as they are, and that there's all these changes and things, and they don't understand. And we do have to understand that they have their own challenges that they are facing that we've never faced before, and that if we can't take that into account, it's like, well, that kind of that's awful. Like anyway, it is frustrating to see that just broad swaths of generalizations of this entire group of people. Like, oof, I don't like that language.
I don't love that. That's never turned out good.
I will opt out of that right now. No, thank you.
Those people, they go, oh,
exactly.
That collar sweatingly. Like, oh no.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Don't say that. That's no good sentence. No good rest of the anecdote starts out with, well, those people. Oh no. No. You stop that right there.
Yes.
The rest of what you're about to say has been invalidated by your opening line. Like,
I'm going to step over here. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, and the other half of that sentence, right, though, really, like, as from an educator's point of view, right, when you talk about like, oh, well, they don't want to do the thing. Like, did you by any chance tell them / show them how to do a thing? Because if the answer is no, it may not be a function of like don't want to. Like, it could be a function of don't know how to, don't understand what's happening. Like, because you didn't bother to show them. Right?
Yep.
Like, if let's just hypothetically imagine that there was a science test today about volcanoes, right? Hypothetically, just purely hypothetical.
Sounds fake.
If nobody took the time to talk about and diagram and draw on the board and show and discuss like the state, like how does a volcano erupt, right? Like, what is that process like? And then if you were asked a question on the quiz and then like I was mad that you got it wrong.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. Like, what? Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really explain to you this really overly complicated process and you don't know how it works. How dare you? Like, what?
Yeah.
What? Like,
I totally, when I'm training somebody of, hey, here's how we enter a home, or here's how we hold a leash. Right. I don't just go, well, you're fired because you didn't hold the leash right. And if I never showed you, how can I expect you? Or if it just depends on the person too. Some people, they really do need to get connected to the why of why am I doing this? Why is this important? Why is this helpful? And that to me, that is like that's second nature to me. I have to really dig deep into this to really figure this out. Megan, if you tell her to do something, she's like, "Oh, I'm required to do that. Okay, absolutely, I will do that. Well, here we go." Like how she just there's no question there. Versus I have to question entirely as far as the validity and like, is this really? And when you have people who you're either hiring or teaching or working with who are like that, it can be really frustrating if you're the other kind of mentality about things of, oh my gosh, this person just they don't get it, they don't understand, they don't want to do this. Why can't they just? And that's where it gets really it gets frustrating for people.
Yeah. Well, it's also hard when one person like or group doesn't like know how to communicate like their thoughts to the other group, right? Like the why am I doing this group? Like if you just say like again, we talk about this with sixth graders all the time. Like if you just come to somebody who's like, well, why am I doing that? They're not going to answer you because do you hear that tone in your voice? Do you hear the sass? Like, did you have your hand on your hip when you were asking that question? Because you will be ignored by by all adults in your life if you do that. Right.
Yeah.
but yeah, you need to know how to communicate that thing. And it is important to listen, right? We've talked about that before on here too. Like listening is important. That came up today also because we were talking about we're doing our quiz, right? So we're getting ready. So we're getting our binders, right? Because I let all the kids use the binders on the quiz, right? I didn't used to do that. I didn't use it. I figured like I was like, oh yeah, well you do the thing, so then you just do the quiz, right? But then one year I had this group of students, and a couple of them were like, why are we even taking notes if we're not even going to use it for anything? And I went, you're right. That's a good point. So now we use our notes for a lot of stuff and we use them on the quiz. And so that person, one of those people were in my classroom today as one of my like high school observer people.
Yeah.
Oh, and I just straight up told her, I was like, this is your fault, by the way. I just want you to know that since you're here supposed to be learning about education, right? The reason that we do this now is because of what you said to me.
Yeah.
And I took your comment and I thought, you know what? She's right. And so now we do it. And she was like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, you were right. So,
ta-da. Yeah.
So there you go. And so half the class was like jokingly like, oh my gosh, thank you. We appreciate you so much.
Right. Yeah. Oh, it's the one. She has me done.
It was her. Like
and thenceforth rumors spread.
Yeah. So there you go. But yeah, that's it's a thing where it is important to listen to the other people when they express those concerns. Because that was a valid point. Like, why are we doing this? It feels like we're just wasting our time because we're not doing anything. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Let's put it to use. Let's make it so we would do this, right? So then I started like focusing more on that. That's when we start talking more about like why it's important to stay organized, why it's important to know where these things are. You will need it again later. So how do we organize this into a way that is usable in the future? Because you're going to come back for it. So yeah, that's important.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I thought it did. Eventually, took me a little time, but yeah, I figured it out.
We call that growth.
Yeah. I think it was like my second year of teaching science. So like I really was like still figuring it out too. It was like, I don't know what I'm doing, what's happening. I think I just invented science quizzes at that point. Like, okay, well maybe now we're gonna I guess we should do something here now. Like, I don't know. So yeah. Anyway, it's important to listen to other people, and you can't just blank a statement. Blam. That's what we're today.
Well,
yeah. Yeah, moving on. Nothing super exciting the rest of the week. I have parent teacher conferences tomorrow.
Oh.
So that's not exciting. But that does mean I don't have to go to work on Friday. So
that's good.
So I don't have
That's very nice.
traditional day off after parent teacher conference week, since we have to stay till 7:00 tomorrow. So then we have in-service Monday. And I'm very afraid for in-service on Monday.
Oh.
Because there's a note in the principal's like weekly newsletter thing on the calendar section. It just says teacher in service this day, wear comfortable clothes.
Oh no.
And I don't like the way that sounds.
Oh no.
Why?
That
At first, I had hypothesized that perhaps this was more like intruder training stuff.
Oh, your
right?
favorite.
Yeah, but I heard that is not the case.
Oh.
And so all I know is that they won't tell us what it is. So that makes me nervous.
Oh, that's even
because
worse.
we even asked the secretary, like, do you know what this is? And she goes, yes, but I'm not allowed to tell you. And I was like, I mean, basically, that was not a direct quote, but it was basically along the lines of, I think she will get mad at me if I tell her what's happening. And I was like, I don't.
No.
I don't.
No. Oh, help me. Help me.
Yeah. Like, this doesn't sound good at all. Like, no. Like, what am I doing? I need to know this. I can't deal with this right now. Like,
right.
I mean, I like to not tell the kids what we're doing for assignments.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? But this is a little different, right? I just like today, I was just like, oh, you're, tomorrow I'm gonna, today we did an assignment and I was like, okay, we need to do this. And we're going to treat this like a research for the project that we're going to start tomorrow. And they're like, what's the project? I was like, I'll tell you tomorrow. But that's because I wanted them to focus on this thing.
Well, sure.
Right. Not the other thing. This mystery, like, wear comfortable clothes on Monday. Like, no. First of all, no. Like, I won't, because my very special neuroses is I don't consider like athleisure or athletic wear clothing, and I will only leave my house if I am dressed. So
you were asking me to go against my very core and foundations.
Yeah, this is not a thing that I can do. Right. This summer when we were going to the park a lot and like running and stuff, like it was very difficult for me to leave the house in like my running shorts and like a t-shirt. That was hard because that's not clothing, really. That's not being dressed, right?
No.
But it helped that I was dressing for like a specific purpose, right?
Sure.
But then I'm not going to go anywhere else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
yeah, what are you going to do?
So I'm not going to wear, like, I cannot leave the house wearing sweatpants. This is not allowed in my brain, right?
Well, yeah.
Like, Susan's made fun of me before because, like, I have been sitting at home in, like, sweatpants and a t-shirt, and I have changed clothes to go to the drive-through.
Well, well, you never know what happens when the car breaks down, right? Or
that's true. It's true, right? It's true. So, like, I don't like this just quote here in this newsletter.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
Eye starts twitching, going, oh no.
Yeah, because I'm just gonna wear jeans and a t-shirt. Probably it's probably still gonna be hot as heck. So I may wear shorts and a t-shirt. The same thing that I wear to every in-service ever. So like, I don't really know who's dressing up for in-services. I don't know who these people are.
Yeah,
but like, I'm not gonna wear my, I'm not gonna wear my tie to in-service day.
They get there early and sit in the front row too. Ugh.
Yeah, no. Our table's in the back, so don't worry, it's fine. We have a spot. It's okay. We're the
nice. You got scoped out already.
I mean, yeah, we do. We have a traditional spot. Every in-service so far this year, we've sat at the same table. So the 6th grade table, we have a table, so it's fine.
Nice.
I think everybody else wants us away from it. They're like, "Oh, don't sit by those people."
No.
They're weird.
They are the unclean. Keep moving.
Yeah,
keep moving.
They're the other ones. We don't talk about them.
Speaking of those people.
Yeah. Yeah. No. It's me now. Oh no. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got going. Oh, I did. Oh, I forgot to tell you. We did officially start the unofficial Oh Brother Book Club extension office in my RTI group. Right.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Oh no.
Because I did. So they were like the teacher, English teacher, right? She was like, well, we need, I really think that we should, do like a book set. Like we should do like a reading thing with them. And I was like, okay. Because it's smaller this year, because we have our kids are getting to go to the reading interventionists this year. So they take them there. So that means that our actual reading small groups are small. Because before, like last year and every other year before that, it was just the whole 6th grade just split up between the 3 of us in a different way. So my small group was 15 people.
Oh, no.
Which is not a small group.
No, yeah, that's a large group.
Yeah, it's the large group. So this year I have like 7 or so right now. Maybe 8. Nice. I don't remember. So it's better. So we're reading a book like together. And so I may have played part of the first Oh Brother, the Hobbit book edition to the class to talk about. I was like really talking about books, right? I don't know if anybody's ever done that with you before. So I have a small excerpt. I didn't play them the whole 35 minutes of that because but
fair enough.
I was like, here's what people can sound like when they're talking about books. So we are currently reading Hatchet. Classic 6th grade novel, Hatchet. There we go.
Okay.
Gary Paulson in the building. So yeah, that's what we're doing currently.
Nice.
So I have like an official like English teacher guide thing that am I actually following that? Like, no.
It's a guide, not a rule book.
Yeah. So we've been talking about the story. So that's what we're doing here. We have the Oh Brother Junior. Book club happening.
Nice. That's good. It is. Talking about books is actually shockingly hard to have, like, to put thoughts together and to have some, basically it's critical analysis is what that is. And to bring in, I think it's always neat to hear book reviews or book discussions where people bring in the outside sources or personal relations or histories or backstories to really flush out, because then you really start to see like, oh man, this person is really connecting with this book at like this level and is really seeing this because of where they are.
Yeah,
it makes that's a lot of fun. That's really cool.
Yeah, so it was good. We talked about my hatred of exposition and why that makes Hatchet a good book in my opinion, because that book also just like, he's in the plane, let's go, and that's it. Like that's all you get. So that was
exactly.
And we've been doing like just like they read, and then like the next day we'll like talk and review and go over things, right, to make sure that we're on the same page and stuff. But yesterday we got to the part where I don't know if it's been since 6th grade since you also read Hatchet, because that's when I read it last.
Yes.
So
also yes. It's been a hot minute.
He just landed, right? Crashed, right? And so we stopped, and yesterday we wrote like, right, we're gonna put, you're gonna be Brian, and now I need you to write down like how you would be like right now. Like instead of before we read the chapter about what Brian decides to do next, you're going to write the chapter, but it's you. Blam. There's some of them really good, right? So we did that. I think. Then we read the next chapter yesterday, and I think tomorrow or Friday, I think we're gonna do some like survivalist, like not that's the wrong word. We're gonna like research wilderness survival. Survivalist is like bunker in Montana, not that. Like we're do some like
bulldozers or anything. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh God! Oh no! I forgot about that. Wow. Yeah, we're gonna leave bulldozers out of it. Holy cow! There's thing I forgot existed. That was. Oh my god! No. So we're doing some wilderness survival research tomorrow to be like, so what are some things that he could do?
Yeah.
Right. And then like a little bit later, I'm gonna have him write some more stuff. But then I am also going to I do want to talk later about like how would this book be different in 2024? This book is written in like the 80s, right? So
yeah.
So like ostensibly for the most of the book, that doesn't matter. But like, what's different about this book if this is in 2024?
Yeah.
Like what does that look like? What?
Those are great questions. I love those. Of if you were in this situation, what would you do? Or even just something as simple as, given what we know now, what do we think is going to happen next? Or like, what do you think the next move? Those are great to start really thinking about the material, and also pulling what ends up happening is the more you do that, with the more you read and the more you pay attention, the more you can start picking up on tropes. Like there are tropes for a reason, right? And you go, oh, here's the thing.
Oh, guess what's going to happen?
Yes. So that's fun. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I did have one person guess. Well, one person like predicted because they were like, I would try to see if I could swim down into the plane and see if I could get any more stuff. I was like, oh, buddy.
Hold that thought.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on to that for a couple chapters because that's traumatic here in a minute. So that'll be going to add to Brian's trauma real quick.
Real quick. Just remember how enthusiastic you were about that idea while we read this in a couple chapters.
Let me tell you. Just remember how cool you thought that would be in your story. Now, let's contrast that with what happened to old Brian.
What actually happened? Man. Well, I know we just wrapped up our summer reading one, but I think we may need to do the winter reading one now.
Winter reading one?
Winter reading one. Huh.
Brian's Winter? I think that's a sequel to Hatch.
Yes. No. Man, that would put a different spin on it. What kind of books do you read in the winter? Oh.
That is a good question. That is a different vibe, right?
Yeah.
This summer, I really read a lot of, I did read a lot of like murder mystery ebooks, but like I did really want to read like I read one that's like in Thailand, right? That felt very summery to me. That felt correct. But like winter books are not. That's not the same, right? You don't want to read books about Thailand in the summer or in the winter.
No.
That is true. I'm down for this if this is something you want to do. We could read like something small, something like so. We could workshop this. I'm okay with this plan.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I did. So by the way, our school is also doing some sort of like our Halloween is like book character celebration day.
Oh.
So like you can dress up, but it has to be about a character in a book. Right.
Okay.
So I'm thinking of continuing, have this plan, right? So last year I went as Pony.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
I just wore a leather jacket and some jeans. This year I'm thinking I can probably just wear like a button-up shirt and a sweater, and we're gonna go inspired by Bilbo. I think that's what we're gonna do.
Oh, okay. Inspired by, I think.
Yeah, because I'm going to keep my shoes on. I'm not going to go. But I do have like brown pants and a green sweater.
Yes. Yeah.
And like a button-up shirt. So I feel like...
I thought you were going to go all like Hank or whatever, and I was going to tell you Make sure to leave your dragoon revolver at home.
Yeah, so I thought about Hank. I may do Hank next year, but I don't really know how I would do that.
I don't know either.
Right? I could just wear like a pants and a tie and some like costume chainmail. That would be really funny. And be like, yo.
Just talking.
Call me Sir Boss, loser.
Exactly.
Like I don't.
Yes. Yeah. And you need to drag some telephone wire behind you as you walk along.
Oh yeah. And just like talk really snootily to everyone and tell them how I know about. I should give them all milliners. Like, here you go. Just pass
out millions.
Pass out little toys.
I think
talk about exchange rates and real wages.
Real wages.
Yeah, and real earning potential for a long time. It was like, what the heck is going on?
Exactly. I think this is good. I think this
so if I do a Hank, that's contextual planning. But I was thinking maybe inspired by Bilbo.
Yes.
With just some brown pants, a sweater. I'm going to bring my handkerchief though, because I have.
Yes, you should definitely bring a handkerchief.
I don't want to forget it.
I didn't forget this. Just mumbled about that. Look every now and then. And you'll have to look, in your pockets every now and then. Make sure you have what you.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Carry my ring in my pocket. Like, don't wear it. Just like hold it.
I think this will work out.
Yes. I could probably order like a fake, like a toy, like costume, like the One Ring. You just carry it around in my pocket. Yes. That's what we're doing. So we're going to continue that for this year also. Oh, here's a $6 one on Amazon. Oh man, this.
You have a lot of research to do. It sounds like
I do indeed.
Okay.
So we can workshop this winter reading list if you want to as well.
I have some. I may have an idea or two that we can.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Short. I think that's the other key here. Of don't want to do any like.
Well, we like short books. Full confession, I didn't realize how long a Connecticut Yankee King Arthur's Court was going to be. My bad. I didn't realize it was that long of a book. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
that's pushing the limit of where we should be going here. So I'll take responsibility for that. Whoopsie daisy.
Yeah. Well, and there were some chapters where we were kind of trucking along at like 2 to 3. I think we would have budgeted. We could have done 4, but it was a lot to that book for sure. So,
some of the chapters were very dense.
Yes.
Right.
Well,
because The Hobbit was a little bit longer, but like it's longer than The Outsiders anyway.
Yeah.
But it's not like he doesn't talk about global geopolitical situation.
It was just wild. It was not necessarily just they weren't quite non sequiturs, but man, they were real close.
They were kind of non sequiturs.
I am starting a chapter, and then you're like, did I end the same chapter? What? Huh?
Yeah. Where did you go? What is? Wait, we took a turn here somewhere, like real hard. Like I don't know what. It was wacky. So we gotta.
So
you got some ideas. Well, I like it. I'm open to this plan.
Hey. Well, I do have a haiku to round us out here. If we're there, and it goes thusly: rolling through gold field, steel giant hums under sun, bounty fills the bins.
Oh, nice!
It's Combine.
It's combining them.
Combine.
Look at that. That's nice. That was good.
Thanks.
That was really good.
So, here we go. We'll do that. We'll chat offline about books and see your inspired by Bilbo costume come together. Yes. And we'll do this again next time.
All right.
Well, until then, we'll talk.
Until then.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.